can you solve this algebra challenge? Here's the question. Solve for the real value of x that satisfies this equation 4 raised to the power of 2x minus 5 over x minus 5 plus 4 raised to the power of 4x minus 15 over x minus 5 equals 68. Now you can pause this video if you want to give this problem. Now you can pause this video if you want to give this problem a try. And now, let's answer this question together. Alright, so now, I provide two methods or two possible solutions to this kind of question. The first one is by using observation and the second one is algebra. I'm using observation because I receive a lot of comment. Your solution is very long. You can answer this using observation, etc., etc. So now, let's solve this problem using only observation. Alright, now, this 68 must be equal to 4 plus 64. Now, why do we choose 4 and 64? Because, take note that the base in the left side of our equation must be all equal to 4. And take note that 64 is just 4 raised to the power of 3. And this 4 must be written also as 4 raised to the power of 1. So, 4 raised to 1 plus 4 raised to 3 must be equal to 68 also. So, we can say that 2x minus 5 over x minus 5 equals 1, or 4x minus 15 over x minus 5 equals 3. And let's check if our observation works. Now, using the first equation, let's multiply both sides by x minus 5. If we do that, we get 2x minus 5 equals x minus 5. Now, subtract x on both sides. This will give us x minus 5 equals negative 5. And then add 5 on both sides. We get that x must be equal to 0. Alright, so now let's check this. Let's multiply both sides by x minus 5. And let's see if we get also 0. Now distribute 3 to x minus 5. This is just 3x minus 15. Now subtract 3x on both sides. Subtract 3x on both sides. This is just 4x minus 15 equals negative 15. Add 15 on both sides. And we get the value of x as 0 also. So we can say that x equals to 0. Yay, we're done. But the big question is this the only solution? So by observation, we cannot say that this is the only solution to this kind of question. So, that's the downside of the observation method. We cannot prove that x equals to 0 is the only solution to this equation. So now, let's use algebra to answer this question. And let's prove that x equals 0 must be the only solution to this equation. So, to answer this, 2x minus 5, this can be written as 2 times x minus 5 plus 5, because 2 times x minus 5 plus 5, we have 2x. This becomes negative 10, and negative 10 plus 5 will give us negative 5. Okay. Now, how about 4x minus 15? This can be written as 4 times the quantity x minus 5 plus 5. So, we can replace 2x minus 5 with this equivalent, 2 multiplied by the quantity x minus 5 plus 5. And we can replace 4x minus 15 with its equivalent also. Now, the question is why we choose this equivalent, because we will use the concept of similar fraction. And now, let's simplify. 2 times the quantity x minus 5 plus 5 over x minus 5. If we simplify this, we get 2 plus 5 over x minus 5. Alright, now how about 4 times the quantity x minus 5 plus 5? Divide this by x minus 5. This will give us 4 plus 5 over x minus 5. Now, from here, we will use some laws of exponent. If we have b raised to the power of a plus c, this can be written as b raised to the power of a times b raised to the power of c. So, 4 raised to the power of 2 plus 5 over x minus 5, this can be written as 4 squared times 4 raised to the power of 5 over x minus 5. And also, 4 raised to the power of 4 plus 5 over x minus 5, this can be written as 4 raised to the power of 4 times 4 raised to the power of 5 over x minus 5. Now, we can now see two similar terms right over here. We have 4 raised to the power of 5 over x minus 5. So why not replace this with another variable, and let's call this as t. So we can replace all of this term with the variable t like this. Now let's simplify. 4 squared, we know 4 times 4 is just 16. And 4 raised to the power of 4, 4 multiplied 4 times, this is just 256. So we have an equation 16t plus 256t equals 68. Now 16 plus 256 combined like terms, this is just 272. Now 272, take note, this is just 4 times 68. And divide both sides by 68, so we can now cancel out 68 on the left and 68 on the right. So this is just 4t equals 1. Now solve for the value of t. Let's divide both sides by 4, and we get that the value of t must be equal to 1 over 4. And also take note, t must be equal to this 4 raised to the power of 5 over x minus 5. Now, let's focus on this equation and let's solve for the value of x. 1 over 4, this can be written as 4 raised to the power of negative 1. Now, we have equal expressions. We have equal bases. So, we can say that their exponent must be equal. So, 5 over x minus 5 equals negative 1. Now, multiply both sides by x minus 5. If we do that, we get 5 equals negative 1 multiplied by x minus 5. Now, distribute this negative 1 to x and negative 5. This is just negative x plus 5. Now, subtract 5 on both sides. This will give us 0 equals negative x. And it directly follows that x must be equal to 0. Therefore, using algebra, we can finally say that x equals 0 is the only solution to this equation. And as always, we are done.